West Reactions. Welcome back to another reaction, another review, guys. The title does not lie. We're about to get into this. Okay, I had fun. I'm gonna have fun with this. I'm gonna have some fun with this. Just to let you guys know, I know I've been gone for a little bit. Like I said, I record when I can, in and out kind of thing. Especially now, really busy. So sorry about that. Also, you guys have seen I've been having some copyright issues and things of that nature. Also you're gonna see some different reactions from me as far as the setup. Just like you see, the setup is different right now. It's just I'm trying different things. I know you guys didn't like the green screen the way I did it too much. Some of you didn't, so I'll try to do something different with that. But I'm just trying to work with whatever copyright allows. But we're not gonna get into all that right now, guys. You guys know what you're here for. Okay, and also let me know if you like this setup, if this setup feels comfortable to you, or if my face too big. But yeah, guys, so as you can tell from the title, I went and saw Demon Slayer, the movie Demon Slayer Mugen Train. Boy, oh boy, this was good. It was good. I really enjoyed it. Just to give you guys an idea, well, I don't know if this gives you guys a good idea or not, but I went and saw Mortal Kombat as well. I like it way better than Mortal Kombat, way better than Mortal Kombat. And if you guys want to know why I feel that way, actually I'll do a video. I'll do a review of Mortal Kombat if you guys want, on why I honestly didn't like it. Sorry to you all, you Mortal Kombat fans. I did not like it. I was not a fan of it. I'm not a big Mortal Kombat fanboy or anything like that. It's not like I know a ton about it, but I knew enough and wasn't impressed. So if you guys want to hear more about that, make sure you guys hit the like button on this and let me know in the comments. But as far as this video goes, I have plenty that I can say about Demon Slayer. Y'all know I'm a Demon Slayer fan from a while ago. Y'all remember the video that went absolutely nuts. You guys loved that reaction. A lot of people seem to. Go check it out and then come back here if you haven't seen it. If you have seen it and you just want to rewatch it, you can go ahead and rewatch it and then come back here. But no joke, my facial expressions and my reactions were very similar in the movie. The movie was really good. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break this up into non-spoilers and spoilers for the people who haven't seen it. So I'm gonna start out with non-spoilers, so you're good. I'm not gonna say anything about the actual detail or content of the movie. I'm just gonna tell you about how I felt about certain things, and yeah, we'll just that'll be quick. Then after that, I'm gonna warn you guys when the spoilers are coming, and if you haven't seen the movie, leave. that's weird to say because I want you to stay, but leave. Just go. Just leave. I hate being spoiled. I know you do. So if you haven't seen this movie and you don't want spoilers, when I tell you to leave, leave. Don't leave yet. Do not leave yet. But when I tell you to leave, leave. Well, starting out, first of all, the music, and this is something I don't even normally care or talk about at all in anime. I know I'm an uncultured swine, say what you want. I really don't care about the music, but the music was really good. The music was really good. It was coming in, it was loud, it was in your face, and it was nice. It was put together very well. It was appropriate for every emotion they were trying to evoke, and it actually hit me. I have to give them props on that. So shout out to the music. The other thing was the visuals. And this was just expected because Ufotable and all the people over there, we know. Okay, again, my Demon Slayer reaction episode, what was it, 18 and 19? 18 and 19. Go check it out again. My goodness, the effects were on point. They even had some that 3D effect. They did it in the series too, but they did it again in this one, and it was on point. It was on point. Really enjoyed the visual effects. It just really made it what it was. Also, there's a little thing that they throw in there that's kind of like the main plot of the movie that I just found funny. For those of you who've seen it, you know what I'm talking about regarding it. It's interesting. I don't want to give anything away, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I'll mention it when the spoilers come around, but I feel like you guys know what I'm talking about, how they tied in the plot with something else in the movie. It just was really interesting. But yeah, Demon Slayer Mugen Train, they did their thing. They really did their thing on this. And I just like the way that the story it was simple, but it wasn't too simple. it wasn't like just ridiculously simple, and I think they filled it in with enough, what am I trying to say, like some of the emotional moments and things like that, a little bit of backstory for some people and things like that. I think they filled it in nicely, and again, it was simple, but it wasn't too simple, and I really like that about the movie. The voice acting. Okay, so when it first started out, I was a little shaky on the voice acting because I saw the dubbed version of Demon Slayer Mugen Train, and it wasn't hitting for me at first. First of all, Zenitsu was perfect. His voice actor went off. His English voice actor went off. He sounds like a Zenitsu would sound in English. My issues were more with, in the beginning anyway, with Tanjiro and Rengoku. Their voice actors, at the beginning of the movie, I was like, I'm not so sure how I feel about this. It wasn't horrible or anything like that or bad. I just didn't know how I really felt about it. But Inosuke, I'm gonna need some time with the English actor for Inosuke. I don't know how I feel about that. I think I like it. As of right now, I like the subbed version for Inosuke's voice actor better. But the other, but as far as dubbed, I don't know. I need some time. It might grow on me. But as the movie went on, I actually enjoyed Tanjiro and Rengoku's voice actors for the dubbed. They actually, especially when the emotion got into it, I was like, wow, okay, you guys are doing your thing. I have to give you credit. Before I was like, now I'm good. These voice actors I rock with them. And of course, the main antagonist for the movie's voice actor, Enmu, which was, you guys have seen him in the trailer, so this isn't a spoiler. You've seen Enmu. You saw him in the very last, I think it was the last episode or the second to last episode of the first season of Demon Slayer. He was the one who Muzan spared out of the lower 12. He spared them. He spared him and gave him some of his blood and, let him live to go take out Tanjiro. And that's where we pick up on the Mugen Train. So yeah, his voice actor was pretty on point too. I don't really have any complaints for him. He sounded like I'd expect him to sound. And of course, Nezuko, not much voice acting needed there. But there was actually a little bit of voice acting. Again, I don't want to go into too much spoilers with her though. I'll say that much and I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't want to give anything away for the people who haven't seen it. But yeah, everyone else was fine. Everyone else's voice acting was completely fine to me and I really didn't have any issue with it. Also, not just, of course, the visual effects, but the action scenes went off. They really went in. And of course, as they should. It's a movie. If you really want people to come see your movie, then you got to go in on the action scenes. And they definitely did. So overall, across the board, bravo to them. They did their thing and I really enjoyed it. All right, y'all. So that is the end of the first part of the review, talking about, non-spoiler things. Okay, this is the point. Look at me. This is the point where if you have not seen this movie, I'm about to spoil the fire out you. Okay, I'm about to hurt your feelings. It's about to be spoiled milk out here. That's how spoiled you are about to get. So if you have not seen this movie, go see it and then come back to my video. Go see it first and then come back to my video so you can be part of the discussion. Until then, unless you want it to be completely ruined for you, because there's some major stuff in here, leave and don't come back until you've seen the movie. But do come back and like the video on your way out. And then like the video again if you can. You can't like a video twice, can you? Never mind, just like it on your way out. All right, for those of you who have stayed, I hope you've seen this movie because it's spoiler time. All right, y'all. So they see one thing that they messed me up on. They played with my emotions right out the gate. Okay, so we get on the train, we meet Rengoku. Rengoku is different, and because he's different is why the voice acting kind of threw me off in the beginning. And it seems like it kind of jumped off. And the way it jumped off was so eerie that they did such a good job with that with the train conductor, the guy who was coming to, oh no, not the train conductor, the ticket taker. The ticket taker messed me up. The way he entered in, I was like, is he okay? Is that a demon? That's a demon. I was completely convinced that he was a demon. He wasn't. Just to let you know, I came to the conclusion he was not. But he was creeping me the heck out, and he was basically the catalyst that what led to what happened next. Because what happened next apparently didn't happen. It didn't happen. Rengoku's doing his thing, tearing people up, and I'm like, this is just too easy for Rengoku. He's just going crazy. Rengoku's broken, by the way. Bro is just broken. We all know he's too much. He's too much to handle. But but yeah, so he's just going nuts. And then all of a sudden everything seems fine and cool, and they're happy and jumping around. Next thing you know, everyone's asleep. So none of that just happened. Everyone's asleep, and apparently that was part of Enmu's abilities and powers, which was to be able to make people go to sleep. And here's where it threw me off, but later they explained it, because Enmu's sadistic. He's a sadistic son of a you-know-what. He really is. Because it was weird, the dreams he gives you are actually really nice. They're really honestly wonderful, which is why everyone was having such a hard time waking up. They were enjoying themselves entirely too much. Tanjiro getting to see, and this is where the emotional parts came through, where they actually did a really good job. Tanjiro got to see his family again. That was hard. That was hard to see. And then Rengoku's backstory. They actually used this as a way to see Rengoku's backstory, and what happens later just makes this so much worse. It made it so much worse. They knew what they were doing, and you did it well. You did it well. I'll give you that. Because that was disrespectful what happens later, but we'll get to that. So yeah, everyone's asleep. Everyone's dreaming their dreams. Zenitsu and Inosuke's dreams, man. It's typical. It makes total sense. But of course they end up breaking out of it thanks to Nezuko. I don't know why I forgot Nezuko's name for like 2 seconds. It just blanked out of my mind. Guys, I've been busy. I'm tired. Sorry. But yeah, Nezuko was actually the reason that everyone was able to break out. Tanjiro, starting with Tanjiro. But before Tanjiro even woke up, let's talk about Rengoku right here. So of course Enmu sent in some people who he threatened to give nightmares to or reward with pleasant dreams if they helped him, right? And that's the sinister part, because it's interesting enough, he's giving everybody nice dreams, and he's saying, if you help me, I'll give you nice dreams, but he's killing you essentially, because of course he eats the other passengers in their dreams, but specifically these children. They look like children. They could have been older, but these children that he's contracted basically go into their dreams and kill them by destroying their spirit. So each one is going into, one's going to Tanjiro's, one's going into Rengoku's, and Inosuke's, Zenitsu's. This chick pulls up on Rengoku's spirit, and their spirit is very reflective of themselves. So Rengoku very fiery, so when she gets to his spirit, the whole area is just super fiery and just wow. You guys know what I'm talking about. His was crazy. This chick went for it and got choked out for like a good 15 minutes of this movie. I kid you not. I know they jumped around and stuff, but this girl had to have been being choked for like 10-15 minutes. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Do not pull up on Goku's spirit, Rengoku's spirit. Do not play with this man. Apparently his senses are so heightened. This dude's just so cold that even while he's asleep and isn't even aware that this is happening, his body just responded and started choking this girl out. Just straight up Itachi, straight up Sasuke this chick. Except it wasn't against the wall. She was just dangling in the air. Sasuke this chick. He was Itachi, she was Sasuke, and that was all she wrote. I mean, even by the time Tanjiro woke up, he was still choking this chick. She was getting choked almost the whole time. It was hilarious. But as you all know, they eventually woke up. Tanjiro had Nezuko, do her best to wake everybody else up, use fire, and eventually really everyone except Zenitsu woke up, as you guys know. But Zenitsu, it was better that he didn't wake up, because as we all know, he goes ape and is a true savage when he's asleep. And speaking of that, I have to say, even though he only knows one breathing technique, the first one, even though he only knows the first one, and I'm forgetting because it's been a minute. I think some of you guys told me there are more, or else he has to create more. I forgot. Correct me in the comments if he has to create more or if there are more. But that first one alone goes hard. It goes hard. Y'all know what I'm talking about, because basically Tanjiro wakes up, gets on top of the train, starts fighting with Enmu. And I have to say, I'm so glad that it didn't just end where I thought it was going to, because, man, Enmu didn't seem that strong, which I'm glad they wrote it that way, because it's very reflective of everyone's levels. It's actually insane just how far everyone has to go, Zenitsu, Tanjiro, and Inosuke, and even Nezuko, how far they have to go. They have to go so far, because it isn't much of anything. They tricked you when Tanjiro sliced off his head, because buddy, Enmu kept trying to put him to sleep, but Tanjiro figured out how to wake himself up, and the way he woke himself up, Tanjiro, that dude. Let's just put it that way. Tanjiro's that dude. I couldn't. Nah, Tanjiro, that dude. He really is. But yeah, Tanjiro kept taking himself out with his own sword to wake himself up. And yeah, so slices off Enmu's head, and we think it's all over. It's not. So turns out, and here's what I was talking about before with the non-spoiler people, and you guys know what I'm talking about. Inosuke's been talking about destroying this train, fighting this train. I want to fight the train. The train, he just kept talking about how he wanted to take out this train. The writers are something else. Of course, Enmu is the train itself. He has fused himself with the train, so of course we're fighting the train. And maybe it was just me, I just found it very obvious how to defeat Enmu. Cut off his head, just cut off the front train's head. Just cut off the front train from the rest of the train. If you think of the train as a body, the head of the train, slice it, and you're good. So yeah, again, Enmu really wasn't all that, even though the scenes were really cool, and you saw the development from everybody. You saw Zenitsu, who, even though he was still asleep, he still, I don't know, it seemed like he that first one improved. Like, he's just so much more fluid with it in his sleep. The thunderclap, buddy, he went through that train, pow, and it was just done. Him and Nezuko were going ham. Which, interesting enough, he was dreaming about Nezuko in his dream, which honestly probably drove him to go help Nezuko when it came to defending the passengers in the train, which is apparently Enmu's stomach. That's so creepy. That is so freaking creepy. It really showed off everyone's abilities really well. Tanjiro actually obviously hasn't mastered it, but he has a little bit more control of his Kaguya dance, which a lot of you told me is his sun breathing. His Hinokami Kaguya dance is basically like sun breathing. And he seems like he's gotten a little bit more versed in it. He actually has a move that he can do in that dance, but of course it leaves him still out of commission, and he is out of commission by the end of this fight. He uses that dance to cut off Enmu's actual head, along with the help of Inosuke, Inosuke's instincts are just off the wall. When they were getting put to sleep, he was not. Because of the boar hat and his instincts, Enmu didn't know where his eyes were darting off, so when he tried to put him to sleep with that creepy eye hand, I'm sorry, I'm jumping all over the place, but the mouth and the hand, that is so freaking creepy. It's like It 2.0. Not It, what's the name of that character who's only a hand in Addams Family? it's like him, but a even creepier, more efficient version that can talk to you and see you. But yeah, he couldn't really touch Inosuke. Inosuke, I have to say, was MVP in that fight. He was MVP in that fight. The way he was moving, the way he was dodging everything, he was helping Tanjiro, who was struggling to keep staying awake, and then saved Tanjiro's life when it came down to, he didn't, and I kind of guessed this in my head when I was watching, that eventually it was going to come to Tanjiro not knowing whether he was awake or not, because he kept putting him to sleep. He'd wake back up by, his own neck. After a while, he wasn't going to know what was real or not, and Inosuke had to stop him and say, hey, yo, this is real, keep your head. So shout out to Inosuke for that. And I know it seems like I'm jumping around everywhere, but you guys who are getting these spoilers have actually seen this before. No one who hasn't had any spoilers should not be listening to this. So you guys already know. I don't have to necessarily go over the entire movie with you again. I'm just hitting kind of the big points in this because you know the part that I really want to talk about. You know the part that I want to talk about. I'm not ready for it, but anyway, so everyone, is fighting on this train, and Rengoku, of course, wakes up and he just holds it down. He holds, I think it was 5 individual cars by himself, while I think it was Nezuko and Zenitsu holding down 3. I think it was 3 they were holding down, while he was holding down the other 5 by himself with ease. He was not breaking a sweat. His speed is off the charts. Like, again, it really just shows the difference, because Inosuke and Tanjiro were struggling against Enmu. Enmu wasn't all that great. The most he had was big tentacles, and that sounded weird, but yeah, he had tentacles, and as long as you cut off those and kept avoiding those, you were good. And he couldn't even regenerate fast enough to keep himself from getting his head cut off. He needed a minute to be able to regenerate. So if you just keep up the attack, you're basically good. And of course, having Rengoku on your side, it was come on, man. Even if Tanjiro and Inosuke couldn't do it, Rengoku would have literally just tore through the entire train, got to his neck, and offed it in one go. So, like I said, Enmu wasn't all that crazy, and I thought that when we came to the end of this movie. I was thinking to myself, and Rengoku didn't really get to show off what he could do. I shouldn't have said nothing. I should have shut my mouth, because of course at the very end, and by the way, I know I skipped over it, but again, you guys already know what happened, but at the end of the fight, Tanjiro actually gets very hurt because he gets stabbed by the conductor, who was under the control of Enmu as well. And also, again, skipped it, but the other children, Tanjiro knocked him out, forgave him for what they did, except for one, which was very interesting. I'll get back to that and talk about Tanjiro a little bit more, but specifically, Tanjiro's spirit was very interesting. But like I said, I'll get back to that. We didn't get to see too much of Zenitsu and Inosuke. I'm not even gonna talk about this. Theirs was just dumb. Freaking Zenitsu running around talking about I'll kill you if you're a man in my anywhere near my soul, and then Inosuke just full beast in his. It was just hilarious and strange. But moving on, bruh, tell me why we're sitting there having a nice little moment with Rengoku. Everything's good. Rengoku, because the train, of course, flips over, flies everywhere, and Rengoku saves everyone. He does some moves, saves everybody, keeps everybody from dying. No casualties on the train somehow. No casualties. Not that if I'm thinking correctly, because they specifically said there were no casualties on the train because of Rengoku. Everything seems chill, and I'm just like, really? This is it? It wasn't bad, but I didn't get to see Rengoku. An upper 3 demon moon pops up. Upper 3 Akaza, whose design, by the way, is excellent, and I hate saying that because of what ends up happening. Okay, screw you, Akaza. Bruh, so he pops in, and of course he's after Tanjiro because, you know, Muzan was like, I'm tired of him. Tired of my Hanafuda earrings. Tired of your face. You gotta go. So, yeah, they go ham on this fight, you guys. This fight was amazing, and this is my first time, well, this is all the anime watchers anyway, manga, you know, you already knew, but this is my first time seeing one of the upper demons fighting before, and it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Just watching, even Tanjiro and Inosuke were like, we can't help whatsoever. We can't even follow the fight. They're moving so fast. It was insane. The ability to instantly heal. There was no time in between healing. The second Akaza got his arm chopped off by Rengoku, who was going in, the second it happened, boom, arm back. No matter what the damage was, no matter where he sliced him, if it wasn't his neck, it was instantly healed. It was so ridiculously broken. I wanted to reach through the screen and cheat. I wanted to cheat. I wanted to help Rengoku and cheat so bad. I mean, seriously, that is broken. But yeah, so they're going ham. They're going at it. And, oh man, Rengoku, it just wasn't looking good for him at all. Plus, the guy's powers. The guy is a hand-to-hand combat fighter. Well versed in I don't know if he said what type of fighting. I think it was just karate or something like that, taijutsu maybe, or something like that. But yeah, just hand-to-hand combat. He goes insane fighting against someone with a sword, and of course he can, because even if he gets cut, he gets instantly healed. So oh man, it was just so messed up. No matter what Rengoku did, it never took. He was taking damage, but of course Akaza wasn't, and by the end of it, his insides were crushed up, his eye was crushed, he couldn't see out of one of his eyes. It was so awful. And then Rengoku turns up and goes crazy for a sec. He turns up as his last final move. I don't even want to talk about the rest of it. I really don't, but yeah, at the very end, they each do their last finishing moves. Akaza punches a hole right through our boy Rengoku. They did us wrong, man. They did us wrong. It was really good, and they did us wrong. Especially when you're going to show us his backstory about his father and his little brother, who, and I thought his little brother died, but apparently his little brother is still alive. And yeah, his dad was he checked out. It's crazy how they all look alike. It was so cool. It honestly just looked like the creator was like, look, I'm tired. Drawing this is too much on my soul. Every single one of y'all gonna look alike. Every single one of y'all. But yeah, I felt, oh man, it was hard. That was hard to watch. And his dad just didn't care anymore. Something happened. His mom died. And his dad just was like, you're a failure, I'm a failure, we're all failures, I don't care. And he had to kind of pick up the mantle for his brother and his little brother and encourage him. Oh man, just talking about this hurt. It hurts. But yeah, he punched a hole right through him, and Rengoku was like, I don't give a crap. This means nothing to me. And still goes in, trying to chop off his neck. He holds him there. He literally slices a little bit into his neck, starts sawing away at that sucker while holding him, while he's holding his arm still through his stomach, holding his other arm when he tried to punch him, when Akaza tried to punch him, sawing through his neck, all while the sun's coming up. So it's like, look, either you getting your head chopped off or you getting burned. Pick one, but one of them is going to happen. That was Rengoku's attitude. He was a savage. He was amazing at that point. Rengoku is that dude. He is that dude and will always be that dude. But of course, this is one of the upper three we're talking about. He was not having it at all. And, you know, of course, Inosuke and Tanjiro tried to do something at the very end, which I don't blame them. I was thinking it the whole time. I'm like, look, he's holding him there. Just go do something. Go push the sword. Go use your hands and literally push the sword. Just push it. Just do something. But it wasn't enough. And got away, of course. He breaks away. He breaks away from the hold by literally just ripping off his own arms and gets away from them. And this was probably one of the most emotional moments of the movie. The end went so hard. It was they wanted you to cry. I was in that theater like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. You can't make me. I will not do it. I was like, no, I don't cry in movies. I don't do it. It ain't got nothing to do with being a man. I just don't do it. Okay. It's okay for a man to cry, but I'm not doing it in a freaking theater at a cartoon. I'm not doing it at an anime. I'm not doing it. But yeah, man, they was trying so hard, man. They was trying to get me because that's when the voice acting for Tanjiro went off. And he literally, because Akaza, he was out. He's like, nope, I'm out of here. And I also, I didn't mention, but throughout the entire fight, Akaza was so impressed by Rengoku, like we all were, that he kept trying to get him to be a part of the demon world. He's like, become a demon, you'll never have to deal with any of the limitations a human does. And Rengoku was like, I ain't trying to hear none of that. I'm perfectly fine the way I am. The fact that I'm even going against you, going with you toe to toe, come on, dude. Honestly, that just shows how much stronger he is than a demon, because he literally killed Akaza like 15 times, 20 million times. Honestly, if Akaza wasn't a demon, he would have died repeatedly over and over and over. But yeah, that's the only reason the dude lived. Because honestly, Rengoku was better. He kept chopping off limbs, kept slicing him up, but he just could heal. It was ridiculous. But yeah, don't get me started. But yeah, so he's out. The only thing that can kill him other than a slice of the head is the sun. So he's running away, and Tanjiro was done. He wasn't having it. Chased him down, used one last Hinakami Kagura breathing dance move, and just sent that sword flying. He done lost another sword. What that dude, his the one who made his sword is going to lose his face. I forgot his name. Help me out in the comments. He's about to lose his face. He's gonna kill Tanjiro. That man's gonna kill Tanjiro. Okay, it'll be the second sword he's destroyed or lost. The first one was destroyed. This one's lost. He's gonna be pissed. But it'd be interesting if that color changes after this. That would be interesting. But yeah, that was crazy. He went off on Akaza, called him out. Akaza, he went in on Akaza so hard. Akaza stopped, like, what you say? This man talking stuff? I know this little thing ain't talking stuff. That's literally how Akaza was pissed. Like, don't get it twisted. I'm not running from you. I'm running from the sun. Okay, here comes the sun, little darling. I see you, and I say it is not all right because I'm about to burn. But yeah, he almost had Akaza turn around on him. He was mad. But shoot, you couldn't stop Tanjiro at that point. He was screaming after him and just saying amazing things about Rengoku. And bruh, it was so bad, even Inosuke started crying because they both knew, and Rengoku said, he's like, I'm not gonna make it. And he just started saying all these great things about Nezuko, accepting Nezuko despite the fact that she's a demon, the fact that she believes in Tanjiro and the rest of them, that they're gonna get stronger, that they're gonna make it. And I just they did us dirty on that one. That one was excellently done, don't get me wrong, but that was just messed up, man. It's like you barely got to know Rengoku and then he's gone. And he was an awesome dude. He really was. He was cool. He was an odd, but he was very cool, and he was very amazing. And then they showed the carrier crow, the communication crow, go and tell everybody. And I was like, everybody's reactions too, man. One of them, I forgot which one said, I won't believe it. He said, I won't believe it until I see it, or something like that, or I just refuse to believe it. I was like, man, this shook everyone. It shook everyone, man. It was a lot. So Every time I think about it, man, I'm like, that was so messed up. It was very sad, and everyone was crying. Inosuke was bawling. Of course, Zenitsu and Tanjiro were crying, but to see Inosuke couldn't take it. And Inosuke tried, man. He really tried to encourage everyone and say, you know, hey, he said he believed in us. We got to keep moving. We can't stay like this. We're just gonna get stronger. But he broke eventually too. He broke and just started crying like crazy. Called him bug eyes because of his big eyes, man. That was messed up. And going back to the whole soul thing, when I mentioned that Rengoku's was fiery, Tanjiro's was, wow. They're really trying to show you just how good of a person Tanjiro is, and just how peaceful he is, how kind he is, to the point where someone who went in there with the intention to harm him, first of all, was taken aback by just how peaceful and wonderful it was in his soul and his spirit. And then on top of that, to have these little, and I found it very interesting that his spirit was like that of the sun breathing, Kagura dance, you know, the whole thing. So I found that very interesting. But to have these little sun sprite looking things leading him to the spirit after knowing what he was there to do, knowing full well he was looking for it and that they were trying to harm him, and they were just like, yeah, here it is. And he couldn't do it. He could not do it, and I don't blame him. He was just so peaceful and kind, and he even had to reflect on himself because he was sick, and of course he just wanted to be at peace. But he was like, what have I been doing? I was willing to do that to somebody just to make myself feel better. As far as like any takeaways from this for the future, Kagura dance is going to be something very interesting for Tanjiro. And Rengoku did give him a last piece of advice, saying that you should go visit my home. There was a lot of flame breathing Hashiras and masters who wrote things down and possibly referenced the Hinokami Kagura dance. So I don't know. That's definitely another place that they're going to be traveling to get some information on that. They showed Rengoku's mom, and they showed what his mom told him, because Rengoku was strong since he was a child, and she told him what that meant and what he had to do is to take care of people. You know, you have a responsibility to look out for people and to protect. And oh man, his mom showed up and he asked if he did a good job. I'm not talking about this no more, man. I'm done. That's the review. I'm done. Okay. But yeah, guys, that's all I gotta say. I've been talking for a minute. I'll try to condense this as much as possible. Sorry about this. It's very long. I talk too much. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the movie. Those who actually watched it, what do you guys think? Did you guys enjoy it as much as I did? Did you cry? Tell the truth, because I didn't. I manned up. Again, it's not necessarily a man thing, but I powered through. I soldiered through. Okay, I did not cry, and nobody can prove that I did. So, but let me know if y'all did. Let me know how much you guys enjoyed it. What was your favorite parts? How hurt are you about Rengoku? And yeah, what do you think the future holds? Unless you're a manga reader. I don't want to know if you're a manga reader. Shut your dirty mouth if you're a manga reader. No, just no. But if you're not, and you're an anime watcher like me, and you don't know, let me know your future predictions. But that's it. Also, again, let me know if you guys want to see me do a review of Mortal Kombat. I have some things to say about that. It probably won't be as long, as because I just didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. But thank you guys so much for watching. More anime to come. Gameplay is on the way of Resident Evil 8. I think it's 8 now. Yes, new Resident Evil. Be on the lookout for that. I'll try to get them out as well as I can. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate all your support. Yeah, and if you're new, like, sub, comment, do all that good stuff for me, please. Really helps with the channel. That's all I gotta say, man. I'm looking forward to the new Demon Slayer next season. Can't wait for that, and y'all better be here. You better be here. All right, well, I will see you guys in the next reaction, next review. I'm out. Peace.